I cannot enter.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in you.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Prettyface.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift. So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke possible. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe...
I don't need to believe anything.
Please.
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of...
I see.
Never?
It's a mental illness discovered by a French...
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and pet.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here.
It's only a cover. To hide...
The staff here are not your enemy.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men...
I see. Don't...
Thank you, mortal, but do not
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you. It's locked. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How do you feel?
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swan's...
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton?
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
That's a very strange question, Doctor.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just...
Have you made...
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones.
You never came to see her here at...
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
Do you know Tom Watts?
Tom? Yes, of course. All...
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Not really. Most men and women...
People are still in
How could it be otherwise?
How did you end up?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he?
William was an alcoholic.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man.
What is the
The situation is all...
Has the gang...
no. I've had this nickname for...
Has the... Who leads the...
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife, Edwina.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... So, Mr. Hooks and Miss Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement.
How long have you been searching?
I can't go there.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. What can you tell me about...
His name is Oswald Thatch.
What can you tell me about...
I'm Oswald's best friend.
This is a
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
Where was your friend the last time?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose.
I have all the information I need for now.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet.
Well, yeah. Pippa Hawkins is my girl.
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke...
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect...
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister...
And what about Milton Hooks?
For Milton, any change means...
If you feel that saving lives is...
On the contrary, my fate...
Goodbye. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
It ain't human! Kill it! He's mine! I'll take it!
Spot one fire.
Just stay back, sir.
Better go home, sir.
Best stay back, sir. Don't come any closer. Die, Bernie! Stupid fool!
It's locked, all right. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly...
Since you're
Let's just... Wait,
I'm... I don't... This... It seems...
I refuse to see...
We can at least... Thank you for your time. Good evening, sir.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick.
I was... Tell...
What I...
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Will this shit never end?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. I am Thoreau Strickland. What do you think?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded.
With the
I believe that...
So you believe...
Dr. Ackroyd.
Please, could you tell me something?
I'm a great admirer.
I based my...
I'd rather not talk about it.
As long as you're cautious.
You're not the first one to walk.
What made you choose...
I'm not ashamed to...
It's all...
This epidemic...
What can you tell me?
Well, it has always been...
You seem...
I'm convinced.
Questions remain...
True.
Do you need...
Well...
Do you want me to...
Oh, no, Doctor.
I see. Tell me more about...
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a...
What is it you really want?
Fair question.
Tell me...
Our first diagnosis...
But what?
Because...
I do... Goodbye. Good evening.
No,
Rick.
I don't want to...
I suppose...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mortimer.
How painful...
So painful, everyone.
I'm sure you...
Not really. Yes, mate.
How...
So painful.
I'll let...
I'm alright.
Good evening, miss.
I'm okay.
Tell me about...
I don't want...
I have to go now.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son.
I'm Dr. Jonathan...
I'm Beatrice Goswick.
What can you...
Not much.
May I...
I'm... Yeah.
What do you...
I have had...
Tell me more about your arrival.
The ambulance driver was quite...
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son.
She charged...
Yes. And I did...
Goodbye, Mrs. Gott.
They lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
What's...
I don't know.
Pep,
To become a...
you should be...
Maybe you're right.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. It's locked, all right. This key will